throttle till I crash. I'm back with a vengeance. You gon' see me end this. I will be ascending. I don't ever slack. I got my eyes on a prize. What I see for my life. I don't float, no I fly. Do or die. Cause you gotta do or die. There ain't no compromise. Get ready for a fight.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Off-Road. Been a while since we've been at you with another Jeep video. Just not too much going on right now with it. Actually, this video is about some exciting news. It's going to be the first major thing we've done to this since really the transfer case, which has been, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago at this point. So stick around. We're going to talk about the Jeep some, talk about how it's performing now that we've had a couple rides on the new setup with the 3-inch rear springs and the spare tire delete. So yeah, we're going to talk about it. Stick around. So first off, get the major news out of the way. If y'all follow the channel, you probably know exactly where we're going with this video. Sorry, there's birds on top of me. But anyway, if you follow the channel, we've had a list of things we wanted to do to this thing for a long time. We're a good bit of the way through that, but we do have one major thing that is left on this to do, and we have placed an order to solve that, and that's what I wanted to reveal in this video. So without further ado, we are getting the matching Fusion 44 to go up front. The same axle that we put in the rear from Fusion 4x4 out of Michigan, USA made, pretty much similar to an East Coast Gear Supply axle, but it's a smaller company. They beefed their housings up a little bit more. The welds on the rear are incredible, and we'll go over it again in just a second. But yeah, we're going with a Fusion 4x4 Elite 44 up front to match the rear, so we will have matching all American made 3-inch diameter tubing on the axles, 1/2-inch wall I believe on those, reinforced C's. Just everything is so heavy duty on these Fusions, so that's just what we needed in the front of this Jeep. It is very windy today and I'm filming with my phone, so I apologize first off if there's any wind noise. Here we're looking at the Dana 30, which is short-lived at this point. Josh and I are headed to AOP here in a couple weeks, and that and maybe one more ride will be all we do on the Dana 30 before the 44 goes in. Major highlights on the 30 that I'm excited about. These C's are wimpy. It's very, very common for people to bend this one up. Basically, you come down hard on the front end, it bends this C out, and you got to replace the housing. But we just did ball joints in this. We've got RCVs in here. So if you're looking for a Dana 30, not joking, but I am joking a little bit, this one's going to be for sale in a couple months. So if you're on 35s or so, this is a solid setup. Anyway, back to the Fusion. This housing, the tubing on this housing probably is about 2 inches thick. I don't have a tape measure or anything with me out here. The Fusion housing is 3-inch diameter, 3 inches around, with 1/2-inch wall. These are welded on the Fusion. Obviously it's a 44, so increased ring gear and pinion size. I believe the Fusion uses the JK44 pinion size, which is bigger than even the TJ44s were, maybe 8.5 inches. And of course we got the new Fusion with RCVs. The C's, like I mentioned, are super reinforced, and the bracketry is one of the main things. Look how many times our lower control arm brackets have been bent. I've hammered them back into shape. I'm honestly surprised we haven't lost one yet. So huge upgrades out of the Fusion. I'm super excited. Here we are out back. I try to keep this axle looking good. It's already taken a lot of abuse, specifically Rock Creek at Stony Lonesome. That one is a undercarriage killer. But here's your 3-inch diameter housing. There's the welds I was talking about going into the diff. Everything's just super heavy duty. I believe those are 1/4-inch steel brackets, if not 3/8. Track bar mounts, obviously very heavy duty. Everything's just very heavy duty on these. So this is what we'll have in the front. It'll look just like this, except for the outers where you've got the C's for your knuckles and everything. Super excited to have the matching set. So there you have it. Like I said, if you've been following along, you probably could have guessed what we're doing. The front end has been the weak point now ever since we swapped the rear 44 in. So honestly, once we get the two 44s in, we've got the case, we've got the tire size we want, this thing is set up. I'm so happy with how it's been performing. At Stony, it did awesome. We'll hit on that here in a second. All we will have left is if we decide to stretch it. And at this point in time, I think that's going to happen. Now, when is another animal, because I really, really want to do everything myself, which presents a problem because not only do I not own a welding machine, I can't weld. Obviously, a good bit of fab work is required to stretch. We'll get into all that in another video. The point is, once the front 44 gets under this, I mean, what else is there to do? This thing is rocking and rolling. Last thing I wanted to hit on in this brief video was the last time we talked, I guess, we had just deleted the spare on the back of this and gone to the Barnes little slim bumper and went down to 3-inch LJ springs. Happy to report that at Stony, that is by far the most planted this thing has ever felt. We didn't pick up a tire in the front. We didn't even rub in the back. I think not having the weight back here helps when we're articulating and everything. It helps keep the body kind of more stable, upright, I guess vertically up and down. If you're thinking along a vertical axis, the body tilts a lot less because it doesn't have that big mass hanging off the back of it here. So exactly the results I was looking for out of that. Really couldn't be happier with how this thing's doing. Again, I apologize for any wind noise. It's very, very windy today, even though it's a beautiful day out here. I'm excited for the front because other than I'm going to order some new Timken hubs. It's been about a year since we did hubs, so since we'll have all new ball joints and everything, I'm going to go ahead and start with some fresh hubs. Other than that, I don't think we'll have to order anything for this swap. It's not like the back where we'll have to mess with the drive line or anything. There is plenty of play in our front Tom Woods over there to adjust for a different yoke length. Excuse me, a different pinion length where it makes the yoke. I don't think we'll have any driveline changes. Arms should bolt right up. Shocks and springs should obviously work fine. Really don't think we'll have to buy anything for this swap. It should be a pretty direct bolt in. Got the Jeep looking good today. Cleaned it up after Stony. Took a whole day and really detailed it. Yeti bottoms got the best of Josh and myself. We didn't have our uppers on, and man, we slung crap everywhere. Got all on the interior, so took a detailed day. And man, it looks good. All right, guys, there it was. There's the announcement. You probably figured it was coming. Front Fusion 44 lead time is about 2.5 months, so we have another couple months until it's here. I ordered it last week. Should expect it late April, possibly early May. So that's what we're looking like. Obviously, we'll do a swap video, if not two, as we did for the back, just depending on how long it takes me and how much detail we want to get into. Hey guys, just a side note, I forgot to add this when I had the Jeep out, talking about the front 44. These Fusion 44s are basically built like Dana 60s minus the width. I mean, the 3-inch diameter housing, the tubing on the housing being 1/2-inch wall and all the bracketry and everything. I mean, it's Dana 60 level. Really the only thing you're getting with the Dana 60 is the width and then the increased ring gear size and everything like that. The internals are bigger, the shafts are a little beefier. As far as the housing though, I mean, these things are stout. I got questions, why didn't you jump to Dana 60s? It's never what I intended for this Jeep. 44s are plenty. These axles should get us up to 40s, and we will never be on 40s unless we do a mega stretch. If we do a small stretch, like 5-6 inches, like what I'm thinking, we will still max out about 38-inch tires, just with not wanting to cut too much of the body or anything like that. So 44s are plenty for us. Again, we ordered from Fusion. They're American made out of Michigan. Great company to work with. I talked to Dan on the phone for quite a while, making sure this was the right thing before I pulled the trigger. Very good information. We talked about all the options, so give Fusion a call if you're looking for aftermarket bolt-in ultra stout axles. And thanks again. Thanks for watching. Super excited about this. Really, the TJ's taking the next big step, if you ask me. We'll have axles completely handled, so super pumped. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you in the next video.
Till I collapse, I've been moving too fast. Got my foot up on the gas, full throttle till I crash. I'm back with a vengeance. You gon' see me end this. I will be ascending. I don't